What's up, you guys? So today I wanted to talk about Ultra Pro Wrestling. Now, if you grew up in the late 90s or the early 2000s, you know all about the Aki games. You know about No Mercy. You know about WCW versus the World. You know how these games took over on every platform that it was on. As far as wrestling games are concerned, these were top tier games with the depth, the customization, the freedom, the open imagination that you were able to use when playing these games set it apart from every other wrestling game on the market. Now, here we are, fast forward to 2025, and Hyper Focus Games is bringing this back to a reality on the next gen consoles. So, we're talking about Ultra Pro Wrestling. If you've watched my previous video, I did pretty much a deep dive into what's going on and how they're resurrecting this game and how they're bringing it back. Let's see. One thing that is setting them apart already is this online. I think this is an online career, online world of wrestling, bro. Online world of wrestling. Compete in ranked online matches where wins and losses determine your ranking. Fight your way up the ranks for a shot at the Global Internet Wrestling Championship. Defended weekly on the live stream show UPW Monday. Whoa, that is UPW Monday Blast that features live commentary, discussion, news, and fan feedback. Let's just take a second and think about that. This is the type of thing that you wonder why is it so hard for sports games to do this? Do something live. Don't just give us the game and let it go stale. Do things that are live, that are happening right now. Dedicate people within your company to being a part of the community and allowing the community to be in front of the rest of the community, allowing people in the community to be in front of the rest of the community. This is perfect. I mean, fight your way up the ranks to fight for the belt. The belt's defended weekly on the live stream show UPW Monday Blast. They are going to have a weekly show, bro. That is AL. This is going to be dope, bro. Live commentary, meaning that somebody is going to be paid to keep up with the different people that are on these shows, the different people that qualify to fight in these matches. They're gonna have to know about them and have some background, and it's gonna be. This sounds intuitive, man. This sounds very. This is great. Challenge your rivals, prove your skills, and ascend the leaderboards to claim the title of the Ultimate Champion. Okay. Challenge your rivals, so you'll have rivals. You can have rivals in this online career. Prove your skills and ascend the leaderboards. There will be leaderboards, okay? Ultimate Champion. Seamless matchmaking and a robust ranking system. The online mode provides endless hours of action. Seamless matchmaking. That's yet to be seen in sports games. Seamless matchmaking has yet to be seen in sports games. But maybe since this game isn't solely predicated on graphics and making you think that you're watching actual wrestling, that it'll leave room for things that really matter. Gameplay, the animation fluidity, seamless matchmaking, working servers, that stuff, then we can get down to how it looks later on down the line. Download and share creations across all our modes, Make it once, live it forever. They're answering all the prayers of people that are playing the WWE, the 2K WWE series right now. And a game like this, although it may not look as appealing as one of those 2K games, this is a game that'll have you on there for hours. I don't know, 2K can't do that. 2K has, they don't put in the time, and they don't hire the people that care enough to do that. They don't know what the people want because they don't listen to the people. These are the people making this game, clearly. So, even though this game's the demo's been delayed, I know, the developer dropped a video about having to delay the demo, and you can tell just from that video. I watched the whole entire thing. It was pretty long, and just from watching that video, you can tell like they care, bro. Not just about the game and the money, but about doing it right and having a standard for which they set for what the game was going to be in the first place. Sticking to that. So big ups to them. I mean, hopefully we still get this game in 2025, but it's not like me to be overly patient about something that I'm excited about. But after going through this Undisputed thing and watching the game go through its struggles because they allow people to rush the product out, or they allow the investors to rush them out. Somebody rushing them. But to watch them do this and take their time and do it right, I can't wait to get my hands on a demo. You guys know I'm going to stream this game live on my TikTok. So this is exciting news for gaming, period, that these guys are back in action. That they talked about the animations being mainly based from the old games and how they're going to innovate them with the next gen console. So we will see a lot of animations that look very similar to how they looked back then, but I expect them to put a unique twist on it and kind of flare it up with some 2025 technology. So this right here basically talks about the career, the actual career against the AI. Everything that happens in your career will happen dynamically based on a great number of factors, such as your character's popularity, morality, and in-ring skill. So you'll have a morality meter. You'll have a gauge of your morality on here. What I guess, is this part of your persona, or is this how you, like, every interaction kind of changes your morality? Or do you choose your morality from the start by choosing your persona? I don't know. We'll find that out. In-ring skill has a big play in it. How big you get, how low you fall, and just how many adoring fans sing your name in the arenas around the world. Well, that's up to you. Your career will not be linear or predetermined. I love it. They already know what's missing in gaming. These guys already know what's missing in gaming. I talk about that all the time on my stream. I'm sick of linear games. I'm sick of no imagination. The developers not allowing for imagination to be used because we're just going down the path that they already laid. You just have to pretty much find the path, and once you find the path, it's like a movie. The movie is already set. They're wanting you to make your own movie, and that's what video games should be about in 2025 at least. You never played a career mode like this before. Unequaled depth, detail, customization, and creation all at your fingertips with a progression system that keeps track of every little stat that you could want or not across thousands of matches and decades upon decades of career. Is that not what we've been asking for? Decades and decades of career is going to be stored, and things are going to happen 20 years down the line because of something you did earlier in your career, of a rival you made earlier on in a different federation. They know what they're doing, bro. They know what they're doing. Does it take time? Sure, it takes time. But, I have faith in what they got going on. I'm not going to sit here and hold you. I think that this could be groundbreaking for a lot of companies to go a different route. Instead of being focused on realism and things looking, and, you want people to look at the game and feel like they're actually at a wrestling event. Screw all that, man. Make it fun. Make it fun. Make it enjoyable. Make it repeatable. Make it something people want to do over and over again. Make it kind of like harder to figure out. Go that route. Go that route. Make it repeatable. Fun to do. Fun to play. Enjoyable. And give it enough substance to where, you play it, you can play it for weeks at a time and it feels fresh. There's still things you haven't seen. There's so much in there. That's what kept Grand Theft Auto going for so long. When I sit back and think about Grand Theft Auto 5, there's so much stuff that can happen in the game. It's like an unlocked box, because I don't know, they just figured it out so long ago how to make a world where you can get into pretty much anything on there. So if you can bring that to a wrestling game, within the context of wrestling, whereas your career can shape out however it shapes out because of your wins and your losses, who you choose to partner with, who you choose to have rivals against. Maybe you choose to have a rival against somebody that is at the top of a federation and you just can't beat them. That would be dope. Like, that happens all the time. There's a guy who just can't beat another guy, and then one day he finally beats that guy. You know what I mean? Rey Mysterio finally beating Eddie Guerrero, and ending the, like stuff like that. Having that, even like the Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero friendship, where it went awry towards the end, and they were at odds after being so close, and having that meter where you can have a friendship meter where you're maybe a stablemate with somebody and your chemistry with them go all the way up, and then you can turn on them while the meter's at its height, and you can have a 5-star rivalry where your rivalry's at its height because you're just friends. Now you're rivals. You can have a match, and the match can bring you a title shot if you win that match or something like that. Stuff like that, man. Yo, we are in for a treat, bro, and I know it. I know it, man. I know it. These guys are about to, blow the industry wide open with this game. They have the foundation, is already there. And now it's just about imagination and, taking something that's antiquated and making it modern. And I think they're on the right track. So big ups to Hyper Focus Games, you guys, you devs, man. Hopefully you guys keep us updated, put out some new footage, put out some new content, man, so we can keep on. I want to spread the word about what you guys are doing, because I'm a huge fan of you, the work that Aki Games did back in the day, and it's just very just reminiscent to be in the moment where I can make content about people that are trying to bring that kind of energy back. So holla at me, man. Trying to make some content at any rate. Peace.